So this is Theology and Pop Culture video journal number 1. Um, Date is October 6th, and so for this week, I've been watching a show on Netflix that's actually been around for a while. I just discovered it recently. It's called Blacklist, starring James Spader. He is like an international super criminal who brokered all kinds of deals between other mega criminals like all around the world, has this entire criminal network, and in the very first episode in the pilot, he walks into the FBI and turns himself in. And what ensues in that, after that, is that the FBI works with him. His name is Reddington. And they work with Reddington because there's all these criminals that the FBI doesn't even know about, that aren't even on the FBI's radar. And so he's working with them to capture them, and the whole entire time you don't really know what his motives are. He kind of has these ulterior motives when certain mega criminals that the FBI didn't know about that are on what he calls the blacklist, when they get captured, sometimes that benefits him financially and he can step in and take over like a drug trade or some other illegal thing that this person was doing who gets taken down. So he kind of fills that power vacuum. The things that it's made me think about, I think there's a growing sense of distrust in American government. That's not exactly new, but a lot, especially in movies and TV, I feel like this is really true, that like there's a skepticism towards like the police and the government, and they just make them look incompetent. Like the whole premise of the show is that Reddington, who's a criminal, knows who all these other criminals are, but they're not even on the FBI's radar. And so that's one thing. And a second thing is just kind of general cynicism about the world in general, that really, after watching a show like that, you're kind of bummed out, depressed a little bit, because there's like people doing all these terrible, evil things. And I guess that probably happens a lot when you watch a lot of these crime shows. But it kind of believes that the inherent like humanness in all of us is more good, or excuse me, more bad than it is good. And so that's a couple of interesting things that Blacklist made me think about.